I have a problem today. Well, maybe a couple of them, but the first thing that comes to mind is that I forgot it was Thanksgiving. It's not like I meant to forget. I mean, can you intentionally forget things? I don't think you like, oh, I'm gonna not remember. First thing is my usual Friendsgiving crew is scattered to the wind this year. Lindsay's in Japan, Pujan's in Argentina. I feel like those are opposite ends of the world, both from me and from each other at the same time. This little guy. I mean, I don't have space to host, and then you're turning into that guy who like is asking your friend to host. You get it. I guess it's an argument for a bigger apartment, but anyways, it's not like I didn't make plans. I had plans for coffee. I have plans for dinner. I have plans to get Cooper a new sweater. And aside on the sweater, it's not like you can wear this sweater forever, right? Like, it's adorable, don't get me wrong. I got it when I was in Avignon on vacation, before Christmas even happened. It just happened to be there. It's very soft, it's very warm. He needs this anytime it gets below like 45 degrees Fahrenheit, which is I think about 7 or 8 degrees Celsius. It's very festive. I like it a lot. It's cute. He's adorable. Sorry that he's showing you his butthole. He is a little bit like a cat sometimes. But I've actually got a problem with upgrading Cooper's stuff. That is another internal problem I gotta work on. We'll talk about that here in a second. And while we're on the metro, I'd just like to thank my patron producer, Debra Harvey, for being the lovely gem. Please help me figure out what sweater to get my dog. The new problem that I have, the twist in all of this, is now I am going to Thanksgiving. Brett and Cedric were out of town. They were part of the diaspora of Friendsgiving people that I didn't think were in town, but they are for a brief window. And then yesterday, they said they're gonna make it happen. They're making something happen at least. So now do I get a bottle of wine? I don't have a turkey. This is a problem with the small apartment. No oven, I don't even have a turkey baster. I guess I could get a turkey baster. What's the point of having a turkey baster without the oven? Brent asked me to bring wine? As if I wouldn't. Brent, I'm French. I'm not showing up empty-handed to Thanksgiving. What the heck? Okay, so the thing with Cooper, little Cooper, he stepped in something disgusting. Probably washed his little paws off, although it's raining now, so hopefully they washed themselves off. That's miserable. Anyways, the thing with Cooper, if there is a thing with Cooper, here's your mildly reflective moment for the day. I realize sometimes I only give him what he needs because that's the bare minimum that I ever received as a kid. And there's this part of me that resents him when I get him something cute and fun like this brand new, because I never got cute and fun things brand new. Poor little guy is suffering from a little bit of my own psychoses, and I want to break that, and I'm going to practice on both of us. I mean, I'm treating myself a lot better now these days too, but hey, we can't always be wearing Christmas duds. One of the best coffee shops in the city, by the way. All right, we're back at base here for a moment. The thing is, I don't know if you feel this way, but there's this overwhelming sense that I'm losing control of my personal data. It's all over the internet. Just try asking ChatGPT some questions about me sometime. We'll see how that goes. And I have had issues in the past. We talked a little bit about security with like tracking where I am at all times, people wanting to know where I am, to know where I go, and so forth. I've had a couple of stalkers along the way. And so when Incogni reached out, I thought this would be very interesting because I've seen a lot of people use it, and I was very curious to see what would come up. Stuff that's being sold by data brokers, stuff that's been leaked out in the wild. So I put in my French address here in Paris, and they found 47 different brokers and locations where my personal information here in Paris is actually actively available right now. It was really easy to sign up. Went through the process, gave them my name, my information, and then authorization to go out and request that this information be taken down. We are now 3 days in from the start of this, and it's up to 16. No, that's 16 in progress. They've completed 31. Holy crap. So basically doubled in the course of a few days. And the good thing is that they're gonna keep looking actively because a lot of these guys are gonna end up reposting my stuff later. So thankfully Incogni is working in the background full time to check and see is my information showing up, and then reaching out to these places and actively requesting them to take it down. It is not a magic bullet. Your information is gonna constantly get leaked and put out there, but reducing the availability of it does bring some peace of mind and is just another tool in the toolkit. If you use the code JSwanson at checkout with Incogni, you'll get 60% off of your first annual subscription to Incogni. I'm very curious to see what else pops up in the future. Thanks to Incogni for sponsoring this video. Thanks to you for watching. We'll come back to the home base here in a second. Actually, I don't know how this video is editing. The usual first stop on any trip to get Cooper stuff would have been at Coira in the past, but as you can tell by these horribly strobing lights behind me, Coira doesn't exist anymore. It has been replaced with a form of nightmare. But I can't. Stop number 2 is going to be Barkers and Brothers, but it looks like it should be open. Oh wait, what's today? 16h30.
13h30.
13h30. Ah,
Ouais.
c'est le déj.
Oui.
They're closed for lunch, but they're being nice and letting us come in. Very nice. Yeah, I know. Time to get naked, Cooper.
Dans une petite boutique.
Ouais, non, on veut pas qu'il fait pipi.
C'est en envers.
Super mignon, en fait. Your stuff. You've been Christmasified. Let's go, come on, let's go. This is appropriately wintry. Without, hey, Cooper, we're filming. What are you doing? I am vowing, here and now, to overcome this and give Cooper the coziest life possible. Maybe not possible. I mean, I'm not going to be absurd about it, but we do need to get him a new bed, a few more sweaters, because obviously that's cute, some costume stuff. And we'll be careful with the treats, because if you get the wrong treats, you give them to you, notice it the next day. You cannot avoid it. That was a fart reference, yes. The thing about dinner tonight is that it's what my patrons voted on, right? So I'm doing restaurant polls again. Once a week, we'll do a different restaurant poll. I tried to explain in another video. It didn't go very well because my microphone wasn't working, but basically the gist is each week, patrons get to vote. I will go eat at the place that wins, but I'm not telling you the name of the place unless I like it. So the only way to know if I didn't like it is to have voted. Allez-y, bien sûr.
Déjà vu?
Ah oui, on s'est croisés déjà.
Non, je les ai déjà vus sur YouTube. Vous êtes sur
Ah
YouTube,
oui, oui, c'est ça, exactement ça.
Vous avez vu?
I don't need to spread any negativity. I enjoy the positivity around. But if I don't like a place, I'm not going to promote it. That's just how I go about it. Trying to keep things, above board and ethical around here. Oh, also, speaking of above board and ethical, if they invite me, it means they're probably comping me. So tomorrow night, I'm going to dinner at a place that invited me. So, take it with a grain of salt, whatever I say about it, because it does make it harder to be really critical, but I just won't share it.
Had like a dodge. Just need you to lean in just a touch, Brent, so we can see you. And then I was just gonna say,
Like this?
yeah, just like that. No, just a touch. that was a grip. Yeah.
A grip. I haven't heard that in a minute.
I'm thankful for you guys.
Aww.
We're thankful for you.
No, there we go.
Thank you for being here.
And
They like go through like a long list. It's like the list is just like people kind of cheer up.
How is this going? Today's been nuts. So nuts, in fact, that I forgot to say the name of the restaurant as we left. Jones, really good, small French plates. Arancini's not French, but they had a very French cheese in it. It was really, really good. The concept is that you share the dishes. We shared a few, and we had a few drinks. I had a wonderful time tonight. How is this for some Thanksgiving colors? This looks freshly painted, actually. We can't always have a Thanksgiving that looks like the classics. I would have loved to have spent time with my family, Karin, Dad, Kevin. I am so thankful to be able to do this, to wander around, to share my life, to be able to meet friends for coffee, to try places for dinner. There's a lot of work, obviously, that goes on behind the scenes. If you didn't know, I am doing all the editing for these, which is why today's extra challenging, because it went from being a fairly open and loose day to being very jam-packed. But that's great. There's nothing to complain about. I'm having a blast. I'm very, very grateful to be where I'm at today in my life as a whole. And so I'd just like to leave you with that, what I'm thankful for. If you'd like to leave what you're thankful for in the comments, I would love to read those. I hope you're having a wonderful day, that you had a great Thanksgiving, wherever it is you are, if you celebrate. And if you don't, I hope you're still thankful for all kinds of things. And I'd be remiss, bonjour. Yeah, and I'd be remiss not to remind you there's a Black Friday sale for Paris in my pocket, so we can end on that. Have a good one. Who's not thankful for Dougie?